Have you ever come across someone who is super attractive and just magnetic? Literally, everybody wants to be their friend, everybody is seeking them out, and they just have this way about them that gives off good vibes and feelings. I've got a friend like this. Last night, we were having dinner and we were chatting about what are some of the different patterns and behaviors that make her this way. Now, if you know about manifestation, then you know the world is responding to you and your energy. Your energy comes from your feelings, your thoughts, your subconscious. But ultimately, your subconscious is what manifests as your reality. Now, in order to create a new reality, it requires reprogramming your subconscious. And the way that I do this is I seek people who have the vibe or the energy that I want to embody, and I observe the different thought patterns and behaviors in them. This gives me really tangible actions that I can take to start shifting. While sometimes the action may be enough, it can be challenging at moments and require deep diving into why I believe something can't be true for me. But ultimately, the whole process is about creating new evidence to help you start believing otherwise. I'm going to share with you 5 things that I learned about how to attract more friends and influence people from my good friend Tiffany. The intent is for you to start perceiving what is different about Tiffany versus yourself. If having more friends and being more influential is the outcome and result that you want to have. Number 1, she assumes everyone is her friend. She treats everyone like they're her best friend and that she has known them for years. From a mindset perspective, this is the law of assumption working for her, where she's assuming that people already like her. Remember, you project your internal. So if you struggle with this, you might struggle with liking yourself. And if that's you, start making a list. Why are you so awesome? Why are people so lucky to be your friend? Number 2, she is unapologetically herself. She's the quiet person that slides into the room that probably most people underestimate, and this comes off as non-threatening and easily feels safe. She isn't afraid to stand in her power no matter where she is, and she is the same person at home as she is at work. And I find that really hard to do because it requires you not to be a chameleon in different rooms by changing parts of yourself to be validated by different audiences. It's so refreshing because it gives other people permission to be brave and allow themselves to be loved truly as they are. So if you struggle with this, ask yourself, what conditions do you feel like you have had to meet in order to receive love, and by who? Number 3, she seeks to understand. She's extremely present and strives to make connection. She makes people feel seen, heard, and most importantly, understood. Everybody has probably been in the position where you're talking to someone and you don't know what they're talking about, or you just aren't interested. In many cases, you might nod, smile politely, and move on. She's so different because she actually takes the time to engage and is patient about pulling apart what the person is saying. So instead of focusing on how much knowledge you can share, could you focus more on being more curious about the other person? Number 4, she does not have to be right. She doesn't get caught up in arguing with other people, pointing out who's right or wrong. And there's this example I love from Stephen Bartlett's recent book, Diary of the CEO, where he shares the concept that 2 things that may seem illogical can coexist. She's extremely collaborative. She isn't afraid to share her opinion, but also willing to try someone else's way. This creates a sense of openness and trust due to her willingness to bet on the other person's idea. Ask yourself, when was the last time you let someone be right and you took a chance on them? Number 5, you are not her everything. She is the head of her household. She takes care of her mom, her brother, and even some of her extended family. Because she has her priorities straight, she doesn't really take people to heart and let things impact her easily. There's this lightness about her. She said it like this: does the situation or person pay me enough to be carried around at home, carried around when I'm cooking, carried around when I'm spending time with my family, carried around when I should be going to bed and sleeping? She advised to start putting a price tag on your time and ask yourself, how many hours are you spending carrying your stress over someone or something? Is it worth it? How can you start focusing on being more present where you are right now? I really like this quote from Brianna Weiss. Real is where your 2 feet are. Those are the 5 mindset and behaviors that I observed and really admire about Tiffany. I hope this inspired you to also think about how you can better attract friends and influence people. Remember, start creating new evidence of your new reality today. I love you so much. XO Joe.